Gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video. I have been given the chance to play with Antoine Griezmann. I'm actually in the middle of doing the review now, but midway through the review, I decided I needed to do a squad builder on this team because I love it. I think it's fantastic. It's quirky, a bit different. Some players out of position, be playing in positions maybe you wouldn't put them in, etc. And when you line up against it, honestly, you'd look at it and you wouldn't really know who would play where. So I kind of like that about it. Now in goal we have a red Alisson. I'm not going to dwell too much on Alisson because he is a player that I have on my main account that I use as a keeper, and he's in nearly every squad builder that I do. Right back we have Gareth Bale, and he's going to be on 6 chem, and I'll explain the whole thing. You know, don't question are they going to play there after they start there, etc. The first centre back is going to be the Moments Laurent Blanc. Again, I'm not going to dwell too much on him because I have him on my road to glory as my main centre back, as I have the next guy, and that is Virgil van Dijk. Now this is a red Van Dijk and it's 89 rated, so it is slightly higher rated than my base Van Dijk. But there's minimal difference between the two, although I will say that having a red Van Dijk in there feels very, very good. It's a shame I'll never get a chance to get one on my main or even Road to Glory or anything. But there we are. Marcus Alonso's UEL, is that what they're calling it? Europa League, either way. His Europa League final card, or Road to the Final card, which got all the way to the final and won it, of course. A lot of games played on this card. 91 rated, 6'2". Very good card, to say the least. I mean, I got rid of it ages ago because I wasn't prepared to wait until now to have a usable Marcus Alonso. And in fact, on my main account, or my Road to Glory rather, I keep calling it a main account, I have Alex Telles, so I probably never would have used him anyway. Moving into the midfield, in CDM spot, as you can see already, at the moment I've only played 3 games. The review will be live by the time you'll see in this. I think it would have gone live yesterday, memory serves. I'm not quite sure when this is going live, to be fair, so I'm thinking it would have been yesterday, but I'm halfway through it right now, and the guy is incredible. I know he hasn't scored any goals and he only has 1 assist to his name, but I am really, really liking this card right now, and he plays in a particular position that maybe you won't really see him score that many goals, but he helps so much, and we'll get into that when we move forward. The second CDM is going to be Declan Rice. So, a card I regret giving up on my Road to Glory account, but unfortunately, you know, it's done now. You can't get it back again. It was a weekly objective card. Hasn't been used too much on this account. There is a Team of the Season Sissoko on this account, which has been favoured to Declan Rice. Moving on to one of the cams, Patrick Kluivert. I'm not a huge fan of this card. In fact, and I keep saying it, on my Road to Glory, I actually put this into Socrates moments, which I still to this day don't regret doing. Not a massive fan of this card. I've been told that this Kluivert card will eventually switch into a Ronaldinho, though. We'll may or may not revisit that. Going over to the next cam, it is going to be Zanetti, and of course he won't play as cam, but at the moment he is a cam. High defensive work rate, Moment Zanetti SBC obviously was how this card was acquired. Moving on to the third and final cam, and that is going to be just a base Kante. Quite a few games played, nothing too crazy. This was my decision to pop this card in here, and it works really, really well. Obviously not as a cam, but finally, Mane. Now, Team of the Season Mane, 86 games, 79 goals and 42 assists. That is a pretty good return, considering. Now, he is off chem because he is playing in a striker role, and there are a few players off chem. I think about 2 or 3 players, I think maybe 2, off chem completely, but I'm alright with it. I'm not mad about it. I don't know why, I'm not, right? So this is the team. Bale is off chem, Mane's off chem. That's it, actually. No one else is off chem. The bench is pretty stacked, to be fair. We've got Werner, Bruno Fernandes, Red, Onyekuru, Jonas, Mkhitaryan, player of the month Sterling. Not quite sure what month that was for. And then, of course, the Team of the Season Sissoko in there as well. And we do have a Red Pizzi. The Juan Fran was the only decent right back in the account, but I've decided to whack Bale in there. Now, Bale won't actually play right right back. And you're looking at that, you're thinking, well, that's not going to work, is it? Come on, Griezmann's a crap CDM. Zanetti and Kante can't play CDMs. You've got this and that and the other off-chem. This is what the team's going to look like once we switch into the 4-2-3-1. So, from back to front, if you've seen the Griezmann review, I think you probably would have seen this already. Alisson in goal, Zanetti right back, Laurent Blanc and Van Dijk centre back, Marcus Alonso left back, Declan Rice and Kante as the CDMs, Griezmann as the cam, Bale right, Mane left, and Kluivert up top. That is an absolute monster of a team. When you come up against that, you have no idea who's playing where unless you press pause and have a look at it, or you spend 10-20 minutes just sort of sussing out what player's in which position. But then there are other variations in which Griezmann goes to the left, Bale goes up top, Kluivert goes to the right. I've got a lot of variations to this in my instructions. Now, speaking of instructions, that's if you are interested, pressure and heavy touch with balance offensive, 6 bars on width and players in the box, full corners and 2 free kicks with 3 on depth in the defence and 5 width. If you want to pause it and note it down for whatever reason, you feel free. Instructions, quite simplistic actually. Stay forward on Kluivert and then get in the box for the cross for Griezmann, for Bale and for Mane. And that's the only instruction I have on each and individual one of them. And then the CDMs are on stay back while attacking, as are the full backs and of course the centre backs as well. And that's it. Pretty simple, quite self-explanatory. Now, just because this works for me doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. So you're going to have to tinker with your instructions to get it the way you want it. Now, I'm very happy with that team to the point where, like I said, I've played 3 games with it already, and we have just rinsed people from start to finish. Couple of rage quits in there. I'm going to play more now, finish off the Griezmann review, which is already on the channel, hopefully. You can go watch that now if you want. And the rest of the clips will come from the next few games. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Alonso to Mane, little 1-2 maybe. I'm going to go in the middle actually because he's expecting me to go back out wide. Bale, look at Griezmann's run through the middle. Absolutely phenomenal. Hits it first time and it's an easy save for the keeper because it's straight at him. That's genuinely the first effort we've had on goal. This team, in the games I wasn't reviewing the side or doing a squad builder, it's been fantastic. However, now that I've started... Oh, there you go, we've scored. But now that I've started reviewing the team and saying how good it is, it's struggling. Although saying that, we're up against a very good opponent. We're not playing well, and yet we're still 1-1. I take more from that than crushing people, to be honest. I think that's Declan Rice from the corner. It's a very good goal. My next opponent has... I mean... There's a couple of good picks in there. Some really nice players. But there's also a lot of, like, dead players that really should have been upgraded a long time ago. But you can't read too much into it these days because, let's be honest, anyone can beat anyone. I just struggled to play against a guy who had an 84 standard Willian from start to finish. So, you never know. We're going to have another chance to do that again. Are we Kante into Mane? A little 1-2 with him here. Up and over the top from Declan Rice. Mane to flick it back. Cross into the box. Gareth Bale to attack it. And that is 1-0. And it's something I do not from kickoff necessarily, but it's just something to test the water, to try and catch them off guard. And that's why Gareth Bale is in the team, to be fair. I cannot play this game these days without Gareth Bale. Not just because of that. His crossing is fantastic as well. He's got 4-star skills. He's very strong. And it's all but impossible to find a player that has all that in his locker. Well, I mean, that should have been easily blocked. He's nearly scored from a bicycle kick, which was a bit weird because I don't think he should have been anywhere near it, to be honest. The ball's played up and over to Zanetti, who nods that down. It's blocked, but Kante's got it on the second bite of the cherry. Griezmann this time to play through. Up and over the top for Mane. Little flick inside here, goes for goal and hits it near post. That's a great finish from Mane, and he's dangerous, so dangerous. He's already managed to get himself an assist, and now he's on the score sheet as well. And that's kind of what I like about having this type of player, because he's not really the kind of guy you want to cross the ball into, providing, unless you can control it, of course, but and bring it down and maybe shoot. But in terms of heading, you don't want to do it. But he's so good at the opposite side of that, you know, getting around the outside, playing the ball in, and maybe sometimes even just cutting inside and going for goal. Kante, Declan Rice, gonna send Mane on that run again, up and over the top. It's just deadly. Can he catch it? He can. Can he play that ball into, well, it's going to be Kluivert, bicycle kick into the back of the net from across. It's a game that is now done. And I don't blame him. To be fair, he had his more than his fair share of chances. It was just a case of my counter-attack was so good. I wasn't on drop back or anything. You've already seen the stats. You know all about it. But if we go look at the stats, you'll see that he had himself 4 shots. He only managed to hit the target once. My defence was just a bank of 4, and then the CDMs in front of him, and they were just controlling the space. So he had to just take pot shots from the edge. If you look at that, 3 of the 4 shots he had were outside of the penalty area, there or thereabouts, and the one that he had on target was just on the edge. So he couldn't really get near the goal. We had 3 shots, 3 on target, 3 goals. They were very, very clinical. We have those type of players, and we got a rage quit in 23 minutes. Mane inside. He's going to send... Declan Rice has sent Mane on a run, and there he goes. Just shifts it inside. There's Griezmann on the overlap. Can he dink this into the penalty area? Great ball, goal. Is Mane. La Croqueta. Back it comes to Alonso. Into Declan Rice. This is Kante to Bale. And that's in the back of the net. And it's been coming for about 72 minutes, if I'm honest. We've been absolutely rampant in this game. Griezmann has done well and then plays it into Declan Rice, who touches it forward to Gareth Bale, who can play back inside maybe. Griezmann with a high defensive work rate, alert to the danger, up and over to Alonso, plays a good ball through to Mane. Oh, it's perfect actually. Good ball into the box needed. It was a great ball and Gareth Bale is there. Griezmann first time. Oh, good save from Alisson. It was needed to be a good save as well. The ball in from Griezmann was decent. Zanetti with a cross straight into the danger zone, and that's game, set, and match. And I'm almost certain the substitute Onyekuru on the score sheet from the cross. I can't quite believe that myself, but there we are. That team is ridiculous, and it doesn't matter that Bale is off chem because it doesn't affect his goal scoring prowess in the slightest. It doesn't matter that Mane's off chem. You saw the kind of things he was doing. The sheer pace that guy has to get round the outside is ridiculous. It's electric. You can't catch him. And then when he gets there, he knows exactly what he needs to do with it as well. He's more than capable of plonking that ball into the box. You've got the likes of Kluivert, Gareth Bale, even Griezmann coming on the end of it. Griezmann has 99 jumping, 99 heading. So if he's in and around that vicinity, can easily nod that ball home. But failing that, if there's no one in there for the cross or you fancy doing something different, you can just take the ball inside, as you saw me flick it inside and just strike it. And Mane's finishing is ridiculous, and it's going to hit the back of the net. Simple as that. It's not your conventional team. You've got a few players in there like Declan Rice. I don't really see that often. Griezmann is a extremely high-end card. I mean, to be fair, there are a lot of high-end cards in there. And I know a lot of people don't get on with Alisson. A lot of people will tell me that Alisson is trash. And that is 100% your prerogative. And if you think that he's terrible, then he is for you. But for me personally, he's very, very good. He makes minimal mistakes. 1 or 2 here or there. But generally speaking, I've not really got many complaints, if any, with Alisson. So that's just me. But goalkeepers are different for everyone. All in all, though, I really like that team. If I could change one thing, it would actually be Kluivert. Although in this setup, he doesn't actually appear to be that bad. He's not that bad at all. If you could put not Cristiano Ronaldo, but obviously R9 instead of Kluivert, massive upgrade, obviously. If you could put Ronaldinho in there, which I think is the plan, again, could be a big upgrade. Failing that, though, I'm not quite sure who else you'd want to put there. It would need to be either be an icon or a Premier League player. Can't really think of one off the top of my head, but then that's a question for you guys. If you could swap out one player in that team for anyone else, who would it be? Doesn't have to be Kluivert, but what one player would you change if you could? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more of this sort of thing where we use where we go in and maybe buy a couple of big players. You know, we've got Mane and Griezmann in there, maybe surround them with a few things, or maybe you'd like to see some cheap squad builders, or maybe you'd like to see some worst teams in FIFA. Let me know in the comments, and also by hitting the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course, and until the next time, goodbye.